Hello everyone. Today we start a new topic, wall finishes of module number 2, masonry construction. Now, before starting of the wall finishes, we discuss about introduction about the wall finishes. So in a wall finishes, we discuss about the plaster. So we discuss about objects of the plastering, requirements of the good plaster, and next is types of plasters and defects in plasters and effluence. Now we start discuss about what is wall finishes or a plaster. So finish given to the wall to enhance the exterior look of the structure, and wall finishes used for the interiors are quite delicate and need maintenance. Now the new contemporary trend has brought about the great deal of increase in use of the various types of the wall finishes for a aesthetic purpose, and concrete masonry may have concrete masonry wall may be left exposed or plastered to protect the surface. Now wooden or a metal stud wall can support a variety of finishes to protect wall from the atmosphere. So here different objects of the plastering is given. So to protect external surface against the penetration of rainwater and other atmospheric agent. Now second object is to give a smooth surface which dust and dirt cannot be logged, and third is to give a decorative effect. So as you see in a plaster work, there are the different types of the plaster used seen on the face of the wall. So it's generally give for the decorative purpose, and to protect surface against vermin, and to protect the conceal inferior material of or a defective workmanship. In a sometime workmanship is not a very well done, so here by the plastering work defective workmanship can be concealed. Now next topic is a requirement of the good plaster. So here some of the requirement uh, to done a good plaster is given. So it should adhere to background and should remain adhered during all variation of the climatic changes, and it should be cheap and economical. So its cost is very less and economical, and it should be hard and durable, because generally plaster work is provided on an external surface and internal surface, so it should be hard and durable, and it should be possibly to apply it during all the weather condition. So here all the weather condition no damage the plaster work. So material used for the external plaster work uh, is applied during the all the weather condition plaster work. So it should be effectively check the entry or penetration of the moisture from the surface, and it should process a good workability. So here workability is higher workability material is used in a plaster work. Now next topic is the types of plaster. So here there are main 5 types of the plaster work. So first is a sand place plaster, second one is a rough cast plaster, and third one is a dapper plaster, and fourth one is a pebble dash plaster, and fifth one is a smooth cast plaster or plain face plaster. So generally in our houses we apply smooth cast plaster or plain face plaster. So one by one we discuss on it. Now we start first is a sand face plaster. So what is sand face plaster? So the first coat of the sand face cement plaster is done with the cement mortar of the ratio of 1:4 with a coat of the sand, and after curing the plaster for 7 days, second coat of the cement plaster is applied as a ratio of the 1:3. Now here 2 ratio is given, 1:4 and 1:3. So what is 1:4? Here 1 show the 1 part of the cement and 4 show the 4 part of the sand. Similarly in a 1:3 ratio, so 1 show the 1 part of the cement and 3 show the 3 part of the sand. If we take in the form of the weight, so 1 kg weight of the cement and 3 kg weight of the sand. Now sponge is used in a second coat. It is applied when the second coat is a wet. So here sponge is applied when second coat is wet. So in a 1:3 plaster, in a second coat, sponge is applied and the the density of the sand gain appearance on the surface is equal to the equal and uniform. So it's a good look appearance of a sand face plaster. Now the surface is kept well watered at least 15 days after both the coating is completed. So it's called a sand face plaster. Now second type of the plaster work is a rough cast plaster. So this plaster is a mixture of the sand and gravel in a specified proportion. Sand and gravel in a specified proportion and dash over a freshly plastered surface. The plaster base consists of a 2 coat under a layer of the 12 mm thickness and 10 mm thickness, having a cement mortar ratio is a 1:3. Now here 2 coat is applied. First coat is a 12 mm thickness and second coat is a 10 mm thickness. So here both the plaster cement sand ratio is a 1:3. Now in order to make the base more plastic, about the 10% hydrated lime by a volume of cement shall be added while preparing the mortar. Now here 10% hydrated lime. Why we add a 10% hydrated lime? Because for getting the strength in a rough cast plaster. Now third type of the plaster is a debtor plaster. Now what is debtor plaster? This is just another form of the rough cast plaster finishes, and the rendering coat of the 12 mm thick is prepared as in case of the pebble dash finishes. Now while this coat is a wet, piece of the gravel are pressed with hand on the surface. So here debtor plaster, small pebble is compulsory required. So here pebble generally we got from the seashore or a river bank. So this type of the pebble is by forcefully pressed with the hand on the surface of the debtor plaster. Now thus it is possible to have a beautiful pattern and ornament design on the surface by selecting the material of different color. So here by the using of the different color of the pebbles, we prepare a design on the surface. Now how to prepare a debtor plaster? So first we coat we prepare a 12 mm thick plaster, and then after by hand or by manually we insert a 1 by 1 pebbles on the 12 mm thick plaster coat, and we prepare a design. Now fourth type of the plaster work is a pebble dash plaster. So it is similar of the rough cast finish. Expect the clean pebble of the size of the 6 mm to 12 mm are dashed against the surface, so they are laid in a position by the mortar applied already. So here third and fourth type of the debtor plaster and pebble dash plaster are nearer to each other, but here pebble size is fixed 6 mm to 12 mm. Now next type of the plaster is a smooth cast plaster or a plain face plaster. So this finish is just similar to sand face finish, except the fine grained sand is used instead of the coarse sand. So here smooth cast plaster or a plain face plaster, we use a smooth sand. passing from the 4.75 mm sieve. So here no sponging is done to expose the sand grain, and it is normally done in a internal wall. So all the internal wall is a smooth cast plaster is used. Now we seen the first sand face plaster. So sand face plaster is generally apply on a external wall only. In an internal wall, we apply only smooth cast plaster or a plain finish plasters. Now next is a defect in a plaster. So there are the two defects, generally main two defects arise in a plaster work. So first is a blistering of a plaster surface. So this is the formation of these small patches of the plaster swelling out beyond the plastered surface, arising out of a late slacking of the lime particle in the plaster. And second type of the defect is a flaking. So it is the formation of the very loose mass of the plaster surface due to poor bond between the successive coat. So flaking, we seen the flaking. So there are the two defects in a plaster work. Now next is a cracking. So cracking is a consist of the formation of crack or fissures in a plaster work, resulting from the following results. So here main six reason is given. So first reason is imperfect preparation of the background. So here background work is not properly done, not properly cured, or not properly uh, remove the debris, or all these things, surface is not well prepared. So cracking is generated. Next is a structural defect in a building. So here structural defect like movements or overloaded structure weight, so cracks is generated. Next is a discontinuity of the surface. So sometime due to load, uh, crack is generated or a discontinuity the surface. And next is a movement in a background due to thermal expansion or rapid drying. So in a background side, thermal expansion is generated, and due to thermal expansion crack is generated. Like due to thermal expansion steel rod is expand, or due to corrosion steel rod is corrode and expand. So this expansion crack is generated. Now next is a movement in a plaster surface itself, either due to expansion or a shrinkage. So here sometime shrinkage is you seen this, due to shrinkage crack is generated. And next is excessive shrinkage due to application of the thick coat. So if the thickness of the coat is very higher, so shrinkage is done. And faulty workmanship. So in a faulty workmanship, we include the mixing process, we include the methodology or a method for applying the coat. So these two workmanship is faulty. Like cement sand ratio, we take a 1:4 or a 1:3, but we apply 1:6. So crack is generated because bonding between the particle is not purely done. So it's a faulty workmanship. Now next point is we start is a efflorescence. So it is the whitish crystalline substance which appears on the surface due to the presence of the salt in a plaster, making the material as well as building material like brick, sand, cement, etc., and even water. So efflorescence is seen. So here sometime white color shades seen on the surface of the plaster work. So it's called a efflorescence. Now this gives a very bad appearance. It affects the adhesive or paint with wall surface, and efflorescence can be removed by the smooth extent by drying, brushing, or washing the surface rapidly. So here compulsory wire brush is required for removing the white efflorescences, or here compulsory surface is washed by the clean water. Now here some of the point is given in efflorescences. First is a peeling. So it is the complete dislocation of the some portion of plaster surface resulting in the formation of the patch. These also result from the imperfect bond. Now next is a popping. It is the formation of the conical hole in the plaster surface due to the presence of the some particle which expand on a setting. Now next is a rust stain. So these are the sometime form when the plaster is applied on the metal material. So rust stain we seen. Now next is a uneven surface. So this is obtained by probably due to poor workmanship. So here uneven surface you seen in a plaster work. Here topic of the wall finishes or a plaster work is finished. Thank you.